What's going on, Leo? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist 8. Justin here, and I hope you're having a fantastic week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really does mean a lot to me, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. Now, the theme of this week's monthly spread is going to be love, Leo. Whether you're looking for love, in love, this one's for you. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Gems. Just feeling good, just really good energy, Leo. Let's get into this thing. So Leo, with this love spread, I'm just going to be going until Higher Self says stop. So we're just kind of feeling out the energies, Hopefully, when I'm enjoying or when I'm recording this, the moon's in void, of course, right now. But, we're still moon's still in Leo right now. So it's been just really good energy. And just so you're all aware from the get-go, in this reading and all of my other readings, they're not gender-specific readings, so we're just working with the energies here, Leo. We're seeing what energies are embodying this lover that you're looking for here. And then lastly, in case y'all were curious, the decks that I'm going to be using, this one that I'm shuffling is the Light Seers Tarot deck. And then the other deck that I'm going to be using is the Anatomy of a Witch Oracle deck, and I'll include links for these decks include links for these deck and other decks that I like using down in the description box below. So definitely check that out if you're interested there, Leo. But oh, Leo, look at this. Let me get this organized here, because I didn't see what you're working with here, Leo. I'm with it, because right off the bat, I'm getting that there's someone, and this is whether you're looking for love and hopefully, especially if you're in love right now, we have something. Well, let me start for people who may be in love right now. I hope that this person gives you a familial type of sense. They give you this place of that you feel comfortable, you feel safe, you feel like there's reciprocity happening, and that there's harmony happening. This is a lot of Cancerian energy, and just in these two cards here, this is Venus in Cancer, then this one is Mercury in Cancer. And so hopefully we're in this place of where we're not just like fostering love, and I'm just hoping that there's a lot of love that's going on in this relationship here. But on top of that, hopefully we're in a place that we are able to communicate our feelings and to express ourselves and feel comfortable enough that you've established a judgment-free zone here, with your person, and that you can really foster the love and the potential in this thing. This could be someone too whom, if you want to even, I think, like partner together, if you want to start like a business, but I think it's even more so along the lines of like a project, you two working together. Let's say you've always wanted to get into like baking, then this is something where I feel like you two are kind of working together on that. Or let's say you maybe you have a common thing with like jewelry, or, working with crystals or something, and you like making different bracelets and things. Maybe you can get together and kind of doing some stuff where I feel like where we're working together and where we're just kind of really being in each other's space and just in providing just like a really healthy environment. I really feel like too, to discuss any sort of like vices that we might be coming over. It's Leo. I'm like, man, we're just getting started and this is beautiful. Okay, that was for if you're in a relationship. And you know what? Hopefully we're in this place of, let's get warm in here, Leo. Because I feel like the sun is shining really bright in this thing, and I'm hoping that it is. And you know what? If it isn't, I think that a way that if this is something where things might have been maybe feeling a little out of whack, maybe this person has been getting on your nerves, or maybe there have been just little things. I'm not getting there's been major blow-ups or any kind of fights like that. But let's say if there have been some of us, maybe we've been a little, let's say if the person doesn't pick up after themselves, or you wish they like rinse the dishes, or you know, or maybe this could be vice versa, Leah. Maybe you're the type that you leave your shoes out in the middle of the place, or you know, maybe we're the type that like we leave like this is a little bit of tidbit about me. I have this little random thing, especially when I go back to visit my folks. They'll have all these water bottles, and I normally pick up after myself pretty well, but for some reason I'll start a water bottle, put it down, and then I won't find it, so then I'll start another water bottle, find it, and then take that one, put this one down. It's a whole thing. So maybe you're dealing with someone maybe you're dealing with a Cancerian who does something like that. And I feel like just communicating, you know, the Five of Swords, this is, oh geez, I just looked this, I know it's one of Aquarius's cards. It is Venus in Aquarius. So you got a lot of Venus energy here, Leo, and I feel, and it's so funny too, Aquarius is your opposite sign here. So if there's any kind of things where you feel like there have been any kind of like conflicts or anything like that, and again, I'm not getting like that there's major dissonance or anything, but let's not let it get to a place where if it's bothering you, if it's something you notice, you know, maybe just bring it to their awareness, you know, and then if it keeps progressing to be a thing, then I think it's something to talk about. But you know, I feel like just based off what's going on here right now, this is it's very mild. You know, I feel like that this is a really kind of nice energy that we're in right now, Leo. At least I'm hoping so. Now, for those of you, hold on, any more? Now, for those of you who may be looking for something new, this is where really I would start, because this to me I feel like happens when you start loving yourself first, because that's what the Two of Cups is for me. Two of Cups is unconditional love. This is learning to, I was just thinking about this, Leo, just yesterday, oddly enough, and it's when you are able to love yourself like wholly, your light side, your dark side, and then those two have a really good relationship, you know, when there's balance there. Because you know, like the darkness, the devil, that's not meant to bring us down. That's meant to bring awareness to something that needs harmonizing. That's what the devil is about. But once I feel like that balance happens, that harmony, that simpatico, just with your energy, then love starts to come in. Like, you know, other people. Because here's the thing, and I know how this is going to sound. It may sound a little cliche. And I'm honestly, Leo, I'm actually glad that this came up, because I was really thinking about changing how I do the love readings, because you know, where love is great, it's got to start with here, you know, like it's all comes from loving yourself first. Because if you don't love yourself wholly, then how can you love, another person wholly and unconditionally on top of that? Because think about, and this, you know, extends even far beyond just like love in relationships. You know, this can even extend to just like friends. How can you love your friends if you don't love yourself? You know, there's always, I love you, except for, you know, when we do X, Y, and Z. You know, I love you except for, we want to be good, bad, it's here. I love you, and I'm going to work with this energy because this is the contract that we formed as souls, you know? That's what a soulmate is, you know? But it starts within here. You know, this is, so, all that to say, you know, I feel like if some of us are looking for love, you know, make sure that we're in a place more that we are in balance, you know, that all of our darkness has been addressed, you know, that we're in this place of where we're not bringing any sort of like, and not to say like not any doubts, but any sort of like residual stuff that we may be working with. And Leo, the thing is, it's not that it can't happen, you know, it's something that it's going to take time. It's a constant progression, you know, loving yourself, you know, comes with the affirmations, you know, and doing things that you want, you know, and as opposed to, you know, feeling just obligations. And when we start treating ourselves, when we stop doing things that are not vibrating, are not resonating with us, then that makes more space for things like love and compassion and, you know, all of that. Let's see what else is going on here, Leo. Okay. So I feel like maybe for some of us who might be looking right now, I feel like there's something there's I feel like we're missing like a message, or that there's been a theme that's been going on where I feel like that if we haven't had a string of good luck here recently, take a look at the people who have been in your life up until now and trying to see where the pattern is. Is it something that are these people always maybe unfaithful, or do they tend to maybe kind of go off on their own, or like maybe there's this, maybe I'm not, it's I'm getting that there's just something where we're not quite understanding why the message isn't coming through, because now here you got all the Cancer's minor cards here, and I feel like that there's something where understanding how we feel, understanding our emotions. I think that there's, for some, if we haven't been finding love, it's there's a theme, I think. When I think about the relationships, both in love, in friends, and even acquaintances, work partners, all of that, all these interactions are not random, but there's a purpose that for each of those meetings here. And I think that if we've been seeing this luck, seeing how we played in this, I say we being you, Leo, I'm living through you right now, and seeing what part we played in this, what caused it to fail. Was it something that, because we're Leo, I don't doubt that if we've had things in the past where, other people have, it's not been, maybe it's been other people's, cause for the thing maybe fizzling out. But we do have to own too that we contributed to a relationship, and so what parts did we felt that we really brought it? Where were some areas where we felt like we could have improved? Because there are always ways that we can improve, Leo. And it's not getting hung up in the past as well. It's to analyze this stuff, to get an understanding of what went down, see what messages that might have been missed here, what signs that higher self is trying to show you, so that we can get on this track of love, so that we can get this soulmate, and get even just like your soulmate and your soul tribe, where we feel, because really love is just, it's bigger than just your partner here. That's just, that intimacy is beautiful, but just love, unconditional love amongst your soul tribe and all of that, that's a community. You know what I mean? That's the type of energy that gets you going, that gets you pumped, that gets you, that just gets you, and too, Leo, I feel like that it's making that choice to, when you love yourself and really, really pour all that energy here and feed that, just watch. You really do become this, really embrace your sun energy. Because, every time I talk about the law of attraction and I think about that, Leo, you're a great example for that. Because your sign does it so naturally. And I think about your sign too, and I think maybe some of us, we might be trying too hard. And I feel like that's a Leo trait. It's just no matter sun, moon, rising, Mercury, wherever, we try too hard. Because, I've talked about this all the time. I had a bunch of Leo in my chart. And it's not about trying so hard. It's like refining that sunshine. How do you get that light? How do you shine the brightest? By just, and really the answer to that is just being yourself and just relaxing. It really, and I think you understand what I'm talking about, Leo, when I say you don't have to try so hard. And I think that, where was I going with this? Attracting love. You really do it naturally. You really are, when I say that you lead by example. If you were to just do self-care for yourself, learn the energies that you're working with, figure out what you want to do, figuring out ways that you can manifest that in this realm here, this matrix, and I tell you, all of that love and all of that you've been wanting, that sense of family, that sense of unity, that sense of connection, that's all can come for you more. Because this really is a beautiful reading, Leo, and I think that it's one that it's really going to kind of open your world up here. I've been feeling that a lot of the signs would benefit from really just kind of getting out and just sort of going and experiencing life some. I think that like going for like a travel, and I don't necessarily mean like it doesn't have to be in international travel, over waters, or it could even be in the city. But if think about the scope of your realm right now, and then broaden it a little bit more, because that's another thing too with love. If we only limit it to, if we're not getting out and about and and expanding our world, then that's going to keep the options minimal, Leo. And so if we expose ourselves to things and get a lot of culture and experience, and it because I'm really feeling with this, that there's opportunities here for you. It could even become where you're just kind of going like a romantic, just sort of like adventure or something along those lines. There's, because I will say I'm trying to think. There was another sign that had a really nice reading similar to this, but yeah, yours is just. Yeah, yours, Leo, I feel like more. I think that there's going to be a lot of internal work that's going to be done right now. I think that it's going to be something that you're going to need to start doing some things to start tipping the scales. When it comes to looking for love, it's one thing to want it, but are we putting action to it on top of that? Are we getting ourselves out there anymore? Are we getting ourselves out there? Are we, and honestly too, do we have all of our affairs in order? As far as, maybe some of us might be dealing with some legal things. Maybe we're getting out of like an old separation. Maybe we're still working through like divorce or maybe separation, things along those lines. Making sure that we have everything, just all of our ducks in a row before we start getting out there and pursuing love again. Because you want to make sure that you're working from like a healed place, because that's where the potential comes. That's when that star starts to shine. That when you become that beacon. When your heart. This is Aquarius is the card, and I think when I think about Aquarius, on top of being just thinking outside, innovators really, they are a sign of networking, and you network when you're trying to find love. So you see how joyful she just looks. I just feel like that she just realized that all of the answers is within. She's been looking for love all this time, and it's been right there, Leo. And then now that she's realized that, it's like this is her flare that's gone out there, and now her soulmate and her soul tribe are picking up on that beacon. They're like, there it is, there she is, and Leo, this really is very, very pleasant. And I hope you're enjoying this reading too. I've been, now we're going to pull some oracle cards, Leo. In doing this, it's kind of switching up the spreads. It has become and I hope you feel it too. It's been feeling way more relaxed, and it kind of feels like we're just kind of kicking it, just pulling cards and just discussing life. I'm with it. Oi. And I see hopefully you're with it too. All right, Leo. Any more? So, Leo, with your first card here, we have the Witch Heart in reverse. And with this, this is really where I was talking about, because even if we're in a relationship, you want to understand your heart and what its needs and what it yearns for and what it wants. There are times when I feel like that when we want to focus on ourselves, even in like a relationship, let's say you want to, I don't know, maybe go for a walk by yourself, or maybe go for like a spiritual retreat. Maybe you're the type that I remember I remember working with the guy back in the food and beverage days, and he had this thing, and his partner was really cool with that. She would because it was like Empress time for her, but he would go out and he'd go on like these hiking trips for like weeks at a time. You know, just kind of out like a few times throughout the year, just like really did some introspective work and just kind of got connected with nature. And I feel like, Leo, when you're in a relationship and when you're looking for love, you know, making sure that we're keeping our needs in mind as well. It's working to, it's a collaboration that's going on with your partnership, and it's okay to sometimes. I think that being able to be apart from your partner and knowing that you have someone to come back to, and you know that there's not any weirdness, that you can have your alone time and it not be weird. You know, I think that that's a very healthy place to be. You know, that's a really good partnership, because where I'm all for being together, you know, and like being in the space, and you know, the sun was in Cancer, you know, on my birth chart, and I love being in love, especially that initial phase, you know, that romance, you know, all of that. But you know, is keeping the big picture, you know, that sometimes some of us need space to just kind of recuperate, to heal, and to kind of get out of the other's energy, and just to kind of just kind of recenter again. And it's not anything with the person, you know. It's just you know, even if you're the biggest extrovert, Leo, even sometimes, you know, maybe not as big of windows as maybe others, but even extroverts need a little bit of time to just for themselves, to just kind of recharge your batteries. Because if you're in someone's space for a long time and you're in that energy a long time, I don't think that it's where it skews your vision, but it does, you know, you're still working from a collaborative space. And it's nice to just, you know, to kind of get back in touch with self, you know, higher self, and to see, have we been creating, you know, have we met our needs, you know, are we manifesting? Because Leo, you know, this is you're a very creative sign, if not one of the most creative signs of the zodiac. And I think that, you know, making sure that you have time to create your own stuff and manifest your own type of art, and it can contribute to the union as a whole here. You know what? Let's switch back over. I just realized that let's get some FaceTime, because you can make your own thing and still contribute to the union. But it's just remembering the artist, your artist, you know, and what you have to bring to the table, and you know, why we became partners in the first place, you know, what attracted the energy. So I think I'm gonna leave that there, Leo. I enjoyed that. That was really nice, and I hope you did too. So if you did, give it a thumbs up and share this thing, Leo. I would love to see Leo's loving like this. You know, this to me was just, it's just very healthy. It just seemed like yeah, just really good energy, Leo. And then subscribe, hit that bell button. You get notified when I release videos each week. And that's something too, Leo. I'm thinking about possibly changing up the schedule here soon. I've just thought about this when I'm recording the fire sign, so it probably won't be until the following videos, but stay tuned for that. I think it's going to be, well, you'll love it, because of the way I'm kind of releasing it. I'm thinking Sunday through Saturday, you'll be the first one to be released, so look at you. And then lastly, you know, you got all those little minor cards of cancers, but if you have any cancer in your chart, or maybe you're dealing with a cancer, check out my other channel, The Sheridan Friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. It's a good old time. We discuss lunar shenanigans and all that housekeeping down in the description box below. But let's get your surprise card and see what's going on here. Nice. So we got the death card over here. I'm with that. And let's see what your oracle card is. All right, we got witch bottle in reverse. And so, Leo, what I'm getting with this is that I feel like maybe some of us has been keeping our needs maybe a little bottled up, just like a little bit. I feel like maybe that there's something that's wanting to be expressed. I feel like that there's a transformation, a rebirth that's getting ready to happen here, and maybe we're getting ready to go into different realms, and maybe bigger realms of creations, and in manifesting, and in realizing your dreams and your hopes and your wishes and all of that. And so I feel like with these, when, like how I was talking about, if we want to take a little time for ourselves, making sure that we do get a little time and be with this, because where growth is beautiful together, sometimes we need that time to ourselves to process that. How have we grown as partners, and how have we grown as individuals? And I feel like that's what really keeps the relationship really solid there, Leo. So I think I'm going to leave that there. So stay safe out there, Leo. And yes, keep raising that vibration. This was excellent. And I will catch you on the next one later.